Five Point Adventure Film Festival is full of what some might call adventure porn. The films are saturated with outdoor scenes and stories of people who have embraced and been shaped by their outdoor experiences. But the event is equally about awareness and activism. The festival's titular 5 points, respect, commitment, humility, purpose, and balance, are essential to the selected films, as well as the community gatherings that surround the festival. That's been on display during 5 Point's first 2 days, which included several talks, parties and film programs. 5 Point continues today and Sunday. Those values were evident during Thursday's world premiere of The Frenchie, which depicts Carbondale resident Jacques the Frenchie Huout's love for skis and mountain biking. It wasn't just Huout's devotion on display, though. Director and producer Michelle Smith spoke about the filmmaking process. "The hardest thing was I had to make this film in my spare time. I'm a mom. I have a job. A lot of times, I had to edit this thing after my son went to bed. My husband was always like, 'Oh, it's finally our time. Let's go watch a movie or something.' I said, 'No, I have to go upstairs and stare at Jacques on a screen for 4 hours.' There was a lot of sacrifice." The memory of Hayden Kennedy also was woven throughout this year's festival. The 27-year-old climber and his girlfriend died in the fall. The festival opened Thursday night with a film trailer featuring Hayden's father Michael Kennedy's "Letter to My Son." The Alpinist published the letter in the Alpinist magazine in 2012. Hayden's mother, Julie Kennedy, founded the festival in 2007. After losing their son this year, it seemed like an appropriate homage to revisit and repurpose these words for the larger community, reads the text accompanying the web post of the video. The letter reminds us to live our own individual adventures, passions, lives, and to always try our best to reach for the highest ideals and embody the 5 points: purpose, respect, commitment, humility, balance. Anson Fogel's 11-minute film, Hayden Kennedy, A Tribute, was screened as part of Friday night's film program. Throughout the festival, Carbondale artist Sarah Uhl is painting a 45-piece art installation that honors Hayden Kennedy's favorite places. All proceeds from the work benefit the Hayden Fund, which will support public land projects and education around public land advocacy. A standing room-only crowd filled Steve's Guitars during Friday's Backbone Point of View discussion. The panel talked about a number of ways those gathered could advocate for and support public lands, spurred on by audience engagement. Colorado Outdoor Recreation Industry Office Director Luis Benitez encouraged outdoor enthusiasts in the outdoor industry to use their voices and buying power to advocate for environmental stewardship. The industry represents 145 million Americans who are drawn to the outdoors, and accounts for $887 billion annually, more money than the auto or oil and gas industries generate, according to the Outdoor Industry Association. "It's important to emphasize those numbers," he said, "because that's what moves the needle with regard to federal legislation. Talking about rivers and ascents is exciting to outdoor enthusiasts, but that's just as talking to us," he said. "But the industry accounts for 7.6 million jobs across the country. What politician isn't going to want to talk about job creation in the rural United States?" Benitez asked. Staff of climate advocacy group Protect Our Winters suggested texting Act 4 Power POW 2018 to 52,886. You'll receive regular updates and action steps. During a live recording of the podcast Adventure Activist, host Terry O'Connor interviewed filmmaker R.C. Cohn about how he advocates using his art. "I failed chemistry. I cannot talk science. I literally just do not know how to do it," said Cohn, who lives in Montana. "As a filmmaker, it was scary to step into this activism role for my home because I don't speak in the language of science. But I can speak in the language of character, narrative." O'Connor encouraged listeners to use their individual expertise and passions to tell the stories that excite them. Cohn's film, My Mom Vale, will screen as part of tonight's film program 3. Sunday's film program 4 will include His Contradictions, Find Your Water, and Last Call, Our Fight for the Yellowstone. If You Go 5 Point Adventure Film Festival continues today and tomorrow in Carbondale. The film programs cost $35 each, and community events are free. The Our Stories, Our Lands art exhibit at Bonfire Coffee will feature work of photographer Forrest Woodward and illustrator Isaac Loanker. Find complete details at 5pointfilm.org. Saturday 8:30 a.m. River cleanup at Lions Park, 101 Midland Avenue, Basalt 8:30 to 10:15 a.m. Yoga at True Nature, 100 N. 3rd Street, Carbondale, $18 drop-in 9 to 10 a.m. Tiny House Small Talk and Coffee, 4th and Main Street, downtown Carbondale 10:20 to 11:50 a.m. 5-Point Talks, Trauma, Loss and Resilience in the Backcountry. True Nature Kiva 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Kids Film Program, Carbondale Rec Center, 567 Colorado Avenue noon 1:30 p.m. 5-Point Talks, Safety 3rd. Steve's Guitars, 19 and 4th Street, Carbondale 12:30 to 2 p.m. Community Picnic and Ice Cream Social, Carbondale Rec Center 1 to 2:30 p.m. Live Art by Sarah UHL, Carbondale Rec Center Lobby 2:30 to 5 p.m. Feature Film, Bikes a Breath, Carbondale Rec Center 4 to 7 p.m. And during film program intermission, Live Art by Sarah UHL, Carbondale Rec Center Lobby 4:30 to 7 p.m. Community Tailgate Party, Carbondale Rec Center 7 to 10 p.m. Film program 3:10 p.m. After Party with the Davenports at Carbondale Beer Works, 647 Main Street, Carbondale Sunday 8:45 to 10:15 a.m. Yoga at True Nature, 103rd Street, Carbondale, $18 drop-in 9 to 10 a.m. Tiny House Small Talk and Coffee with Sam Giffen, film director, athlete and occasional tiny house dweller, 4th and Main Street, downtown Carbondale 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Live Art by Sarah UHL, Carbondale Rec Center Lobby 10:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mix and mingle with local non-profits, Carbondale Rec Center 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Birthday Celebration, Carbondale Rec Center noon 1:30 p.m. Live music by Pearl and Wood, Carbondale Rec Center 2 to 5:30 p.m. Film program IV and Awards, Carbondale Rec Center.